Okay, greetings everybody. For the half a dozen of you or so that watch this channel, I'm going to give you a little update. This is whole food plant-based after 6 years. At 80 years old, I went on whole food plant-based. You know, if you've been in this channel and you're 3 of my loyal visitors, you know my story. So here's the rest of the story, as they used to say. I've been doing pretty doggone good on this, but nobody's been perfect, and nobody lives forever, and certainly not me. So my cholesterol came down, my weight came down, everything came down except, of course, my blood pressure. And if you've watched this website, you know that I went to True North, and they got my blood pressure down to 125 over 60 or 70, but it never was really there reliable. It would go up to 150 or down, and yeah, I got it down there at the low number, but it wasn't there reliably. So one Friday, I was sitting, this is a Friday too, it was actually just a week ago, I think. I was down in my office and I got what I thought was heartburn, and oh man, did it hurt. Well, it wasn't really heartburn. I have a little thing you put on your thumb and it tells you the oxygen level of your blood, and it tells you your heart rate. Well, my heart rate was 140. Now, I knew that wasn't good. So, and then I started to get, the heartburn wasn't really heartburn. It really started to hurt. On a scale of 1 to 10, it was 11 easy. So I said, well, I'm going to call 911. And of course they came over and they said, we think you're having a heart attack. So I thought, well, all right, take me to the hospital. So they took me to the hospital, and if any of you cardiac patients know what happens, they take a blood test. Well, there's tryptophan or some enzyme that the heart muscle that puts off after it dies, and so if you've done some damage to your heart muscle. So they take me to the local hospital, which is only 5 minutes away, and I sit there for 3 or 4 hours. The first one I have, yep, you got you've got that enzyme in your blood, and the second one, yep, you got it in your blood again. So, and it was increased from the first time, and that, of course, is the marker. So they flow me off to Kaiser in Roseville, California. Now, that needs a little bit of explanation. Kaiser has been very good to us. It saved my wife Dottie's life. She had liver cancer, and they caught it, and they caught it early. And so, and she loves her doctor. I don't dislike my doctor. She's very good, and I do like her, but English is her second language, plus she has a slight speech impediment, plus she always has to wear a mask, plus I'm hard of hearing, so every time she talks to me, she has to go like this so that I can understand her, and most of the time I can't. She's a native Indian. But she is mostly whole food plant-based, which is a plus on her side. So anyway, they take me to Kaiser, and of course, they want to give me a angiogram, because that's the really only way. They give you a chest x-ray, and they give you they check your heart with a sonogram, with the thing they give you with sound. And the good thing is that my heart function is the same as it was before this event. They don't call them anything but events. And so they go in and they pretty much figured out from that what they think happened. It's all, art, medicine is an art, not a science. they think what happened is that my heart went into I have atrial, not fibrillation, which it goes like this. It's a lot. This is atrial fluttering, and it's much prettier on the graph. And because it makes the heart inefficient, they think it was beating so fast that it then became really inefficient, and some of my heart muscle died. And so I didn't have an infraction, is what they call it, where the blood vessel came up and clogged. What happened is that the heart beat too fast, was inefficient, and so therefore it didn't look, we did some heart damage. So officially, I guess, technically, I had a heart attack. And they think it was because my blood pressure was high. At least that's what they tell me. So in the hospital, I go, no food. Well, they're going to give you a procedure. They don't want you to have any food. So I have, of course, I ate breakfast, but it's Friday, so I didn't get lunch. I didn't get dinner. The next day, well, we're going to give you the procedure. They didn't give me that. I didn't get food. So finally, they figured, oh no, about 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Oh no, we're not going to give you food, so we'll let you have dinner. So of course, my lovely and charming wife brought me food. It's about a 25-minute drive to the hospital, but she brought me food, so I ate healthy, because they don't feed you healthy at that hospital. I will give you examples of that in a minute. So, all right. So now I've eaten. Tomorrow you're going to get the angiogram, and then we're going to know it. So you sign. I love this. They take your glasses away from you. Oh, you can't take those into the procedure room, which, all right. So I take my glasses off, and they won't take your hearing aid. You can't take those off. Why not? Well, because if you do, I can't hear you, and we'll have no communication. All right. So they take my glasses off. Now we're in the room. Sign all this. Well, wait, I can't see what I'm signing. All right, so I sign it. What are you going to do? Your life is in front of your eyes. You've got to sign it. So, all right, so I sign it. And they go in there, and of course I'm awake for it. They don't put you to sleep. And here's the thing. In 2019, I had been in the same hospital, and I had an angiogram, and they thought I was passing out, and I said, no, I'm not. I had fallen asleep while driving my car, and they were convinced. I was just started taking on a CPAP machine, and I was having 32 episodes an hour having on those. So I was just starting it, so I genuinely convinced I fell asleep, and they did every single test they could have in September of 19 to convince themselves that it wasn't my heart, and they wouldn't let me drive for 3 months. It was a wonderful experience. Totaling the car was fun, because it was like Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. I went off-road and had a little excursion. Back to the subject. So they had put a stent in me then, and of course, I'm going, oh, I got a stent. Well, then they put another stent in where I had already, the only place it needed a stent then was a place that they had done a stent in 2016. So that stent had occluded, it had blocked. So I'm thinking, well, okay, why does that happen very often? No, they don't know. So sure enough, this time that stent has occluded again, and they don't want to put 3 stents in the same spot. You can't get them out. They're like Chinese finger puzzles. So I think, okay, all right, so what do? Well, what we do is we're going to put a pacemaker, which I have here, which is why I'm wearing this. This is basically a reminder. I don't need it. I can move this arm, but they don't want you to move it like this. They want you to keep it below your shoulder level, because they put the pacemaker right in the shoulder. And when they put it in, they just slice open the skin, they put it in between the muscle and the outer skin, and then they sort of tie it down, and then your body will encapsulize it in time so that it won't move. You don't want it to move because they have two leads that go into the heart. They just take the leads and poke them into your heart, and that's how the pacemaker does. Now, the pacemaker will not cure my atrial fluttering, but it will combat. They have to give me a drug, and the drug keeps my heartbeat low. Well, they don't want it too low. If under 40, you're not going to be able to function. So the pacemaker will keep the heartbeat up, and so it won't let it get, I don't know what they have it set at. They don't tell me this. In fact, Monday, I'm going to some lab, and they're going to make sure everything's in the right spot. So that was I had the pacemaker put in on this previous Monday. And Tuesday I was home going out to dinner with some friends. Whole food, plant-based, no salt, no sugar, no oil, of course. And that was the basis of where I am in my journey right now. Now, I don't know if my journey is inspiring or if it's a Greek tragedy. That's for you to find out, or for me to find out. But because I was hardly taking any drugs, which they tell me caused the atrial, whatever it is the fluctuations that I have. But I felt great until, of course, I had the big problem. But now I'm on these drugs, and just as typical, all drugs have side effects. And now I get dizzy, I'm sleepless, I have insomnia, I get nauseous sometimes, and it's just no fun at all. And I get winded. I'm shortness of going up this. I live in a 2-story. I live in a tri-level. They tried to level, but they couldn't manage it. And just from my office is half a flight up to here. So I am not as in good shape as I was last summer. I went with a friend of mine to Idaho, and we hiked 5 miles at 11,000 feet. I'm not sure I could drive to 11,000 feet now. So we're going to see where this goes. So I thought I would, we also have 2 cruises that we booked. I think we're going to back out of both of them. And that's one of the reasons I'm making this video. I can say, you want to know why? Here, go watch my video. So that's the status. Now, I have to tell you, we have, this was phase 2 of my story. We have phase 2A, or almost phase 3 of my story. But I'm going to cut it short right now, post this, and post the next one whenever I post it. I'm not sure when. So signing off. If I didn't say anything, I'll pick it up in the next one. There will be another one, God willing, and the creek don't rise. Thank you very much.